Hi everybody, welcome to the Quick and Carry Kitchen. I'm Kristen Madrine and I'm here this week with a very lovely lunch for my co-workers. I have in front of me a little salad. I have cut up cucumbers, diced tomatoes. I just put some scallions in. I put a little cilantro, just a little dab of lemon juice and some salt and pepper, and this has been sitting here melding, and this will go with our hummus that we're going to make from garbanzo beans that I did in the Instant Pot. So hello to all of you who are here live, welcome, and hello to all of you who join us after the live broadcast is up on our page. We're always delighted to have you with us. We love your questions, your comments, your ideas, your thoughts about any of our recipes or about our wonderful Quick and Carry transport bag for your Instant Pot. So I want to say congratulations to Peggy Wynn Thomas, who is our winner this week of one of our Quick and Carry transport bags for your Instant Pot. Peggy, thanks for watching last week. Because you left us a comment, we were able to choose you as one of our winners, and I'll be in touch with you to get your address and what size pot you have so that we can send you a bag. For the rest of you, be sure if you're tuning in, whether you are a now or a later, leave us a comment and one of you will be chosen to win one of our awesome transport bags. So let me get down to the recipe. How many of you have always wanted to make hummus at home but didn't want to fuss around with making the garbanzo beans? Hummus homemade is 1,000 times better than hummus from a store. And this Instant Pot makes doing garbanzo beans so much easier that now there's no reason not to make it, because with an Instant Pot you don't have to soak the beans. They come out the perfect texture to go in your food processor, and this allows you to make a lovely simple hummus. You can do so much with the hummus. You can add different flavors to it. You can add spinach to it. You can add beets to it. You can add more or less garlic depending on what your family likes. I particularly love a very garlicky hummus, but not everybody does, so you get to control that. But the idea is to make the garbanzo beans or the chickpeas in the Instant Pot. All right, I need to readjust here. My mic is rubbing funny, so give me just a second. I'm going to change that. There we go. Then it won't sound so awful to all of you out there. So, how do you do garbanzo beans in your Instant Pot? Super simple. I did it with my favorite tool, my basket. I put 2 cups of dried beans in the Instant Pot in my little basket. And then I put 8 cups of water. And that was very specifically so it would come up enough over the lift that you get in the basket. You usually, if you're not going to use a basket, you can just put the 2 cups of dried beans right in the bottom of your liner of your Instant Pot and cover with 6 to 8 cups of water. And then you're going to pressure cook that for 60 minutes. You do not need to soak the beans ahead of time. That's the blessing of the Instant Pot. How many times have you thought, oh, I wish I'd put beans on to soak? This gets you out of all of that. You can just put the beans in the Instant Pot, and as usual, this is one of those things that I think the Instant Pot does better than everything else because the texture ends up being so perfect. And you should be able to take a cooked garbanzo bean and just smush it between your fingers like that. And it turns out these are the perfect texture. So I'm going to finish putting these in my food processor over here. And then I'm going to add some fresh squeezed lemon juice. This is fresh squeezed 2 lemons that I did just before the show, and that adds the brightness that you want for the hummus. And then the secret ingredient of all hummus is the tahini. And tahini is a sesame paste. And it's kind of funny looking. It's just a very bland beige, but very delicious addition. And hummus wouldn't really be hummus without it. So I've measured out 2/3 of a cup, and I'm putting that in the food processor. And then I have 2 tablespoons of garlic, and I'm only going to put part of that garlic in. I'm going to leave it back, and then I'm going to blend it, and I'm going to test it before I put any more garlic in. And then I have just shy of a half cup. This is about 4 to 5 tablespoons of olive oil, and you put that in, and it just really helps with the consistency. And then, if you'll notice here in my glass measuring cup, this is the water that the beans were cooked in, and I've reserved this to use for texture. And if you use beans out of a can, you'll notice that there's this wonderful substance in there. It's called aquafaba, and aquafaba can be used for all sorts of wonderful purposes. Don't ever throw it away. Save it and use it. There are whole Facebook groups devoted to all of the uses for aquafaba. Well, when you make your own beans, you end up with your own aquafaba, and it's not as thick, but it's very delicious. So I'm going to just put about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup in there. And again, I'm going to test and see how we do. So I'm going to put my top on. Get ready for the noise, people. Here it comes. I'm going to cover my microphone so it's not so bad for all of you. Come on. Let's go. Oh, we're having a technical issue here. There we go. So, how many of you have ever made hummus yourself? I would love to hear from you. What's your favorite type of hummus that you make? I usually make this and take it to parties because people love my homemade hummus. There we go. All right, I'm going to cover them up. Hang on just 1 second here. Now I'm going to see how we did. Set that there. Give it a little stir. Oh yeah, very nice. It's going to be the perfect consistency, but it is going to need a little bit more time being blended. All right, hang on just a second here. All right. Can you imagine back in the olden days when they didn't have food processors? How did you make hummus without a food processor? That would have been a long, difficult process. So I'm going to see who's with us. Hi, Vicki Davis. Thank you for joining us today. Susan Filmer. Hi, how are you? Diane is with us today. Hi, Diane. How are you today? Oh, Diane says that she's made it before, but with canned beans, which is a wonderful way to make a quick hummus. But I think you will find that with the Instant Pot to cook your beans for you, this is super simple, and oh my goodness, it is so delicious. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit out here, and I'm just going to give it a little taste. A little salt and pepper, and I think we will be good to go. So what I'm going to do is just add the salt now. When you cook the beans, you do put a little salt in, just to help the beans. But then, because you're not using all of that salt in the water, you are going to want to season it again. I'm going to put a little pepper in. And just give it a little, one more touch. I'm glad I don't have to do all of this with a mortar and pestle, right? All right, now I'm going to check my consistency. Very nice. And I'm just going to do a little tiny taste test. Let's see how we're doing. Perfect. Lemony, just the right amount of garlic. And you can kind of taste the olive oil in there as another note. You can put cilantro in if you would like to. Your hummus can be very individual to what the people in your home like to eat. Here, we're going to have hummus in a pita with a little of the salad. People can add a little more cilantro if they would like. It makes a super simple picnic potluck dish, and it's nice to have some in the refrigerator so that you can put together a veggie tray. Homemade hummus will last about 7 days if you refrigerate it. And I've never seen it last that long because it's so much better. Hi, Carrie Jacobson. Nice to have you with us. Glad you're with us today. Remember, we love to hear from you. Last week, I hope you all saw our last week's show in the beautiful kitchen that I had the honor of cooking in that gorgeous kitchen. Wasn't that fun? I did feel a little like Ina Garten or Martha Stewart, and that was a wonderful show. And we were so glad that so many of you joined us. And that whole show was about pasta because one of you requested it. So if there's something that you would like to see us cook here in the Quick and Carry Kitchen, leave it in the comments. We would love to hear what you want to know about cooking in the Instant Pot. You can always tell us about your questions or your concerns about cooking in an Instant Pot. All of the videos that we have done since August are always available on our Facebook page. And if you or someone you know is a new person to the Instant Pot, most of our recipes are so simple that even somebody who's never done it before can use our recipes. So you can use the videos to learn about the recipe. All of our recipes are posted on our blog at quickandcarry.com. You'll find our bags on Amazon. They are awesome. You've heard me say this before, but I use Quick and Carry bags for way more than my Instant Pot. I have our Quick and Carry crock pot bag that I use for my camera equipment. I just went on a little concert outing with my 2 sons, and so for tailgating I took a bunch of stuff, and the easiest way to take anything with you when you go is a Quick and Carry bag. They are wonderful, and they're not just for the Instant Pots. Lori, hey, good morning to you, Lori from Salem. I'm glad that you're joining us. All of you who are leaving comments, you're qualified for a win on the bag this week. Again, I want to say congratulations to Peggy Wynn Thomas. You have won yourself a Quick and Carry bag because you left a comment last week. So let's just do a quick little review. Garbanzo beans or chickpeas, not even soaked, 1 hour in the Instant Pot, and they are the perfect texture. You want to put 2 cups of dried garbanzo beans, 6 to 8 cups of water. Because I cooked mine in my favorite tool, my basket, and it's raised a little bit because of its little feet, I covered the garbanzo beans with 8 cups of water and a half a teaspoon of salt. 60 minutes, a natural pressure release, and they are perfectly done with no soaking. Then you add tahini, lemon juice, olive oil, and garlic. Very simple. Salt and pepper it to taste. You have beautiful hummus made in your food processor, and like we're having here for lunch, here in the Quick and Carry kitchen, I've made scallion, cucumber, and tomato salad. We're going to fill the pita breads. You can put a little cilantro out for your guests to try that on there, and you have a quick and easy lunch or a wonderful recipe to take with you to a picnic or a potluck. It's summer here in Michigan, finally, and so I'm cooking lots of things that go with you, with your Instant Pot, in one of our bags, wherever you go. So, oh, Judy, hi, you love hummus. Tell me what your favorite recipe for hummus is. What kind do you make? It is certainly better if you make your hummus yourself, and the Instant Pot makes it super easy. No more excuses. You can always do this. The other thing to think about, and there are many charts available online, on Pinterest, anywhere you look for Instant Pot information, there are lots of charts about beans and cooking times. And beans in the Instant Pot, I think, are wonderful. Again, it's because of the texture. We do have a wonderful question from Virginia. Would higher elevation areas need to add more cooking time for the beans? Yes, but I'm not going to tell you how much because I don't know the answer to that. Here in Michigan, and especially where we are in Michigan, we don't have enough elevation to worry about that. So I'm going to refer you to someone else that would know more about that, and I will look after the show and see if I can find some answers for you, and I'll respond to your comment post-show so that I can tell you what you would need to do for a higher elevation. But thank you, Virginia. That's a wonderful question, and I'm so glad you asked. So, from all of us here in the Quick and Carry Kitchen, have a wonderful weekend. We have sunny and 80 degrees all weekend. It's what we put up with winter for. It's why we all live here. Summer in northern Michigan is so fabulous. So have a great weekend. And as Julia Child used to say, bon appetit.